Hello and welcome to Who Agrees with me, Kendra McPherson.
And me, Paul Black.
And big thanks as ever to our sponsor, Iola.
Well, I want to say an even bigger thanks to our sponsor, Iola, this week, because for anyone that's a visual enjoyer of the podcast, you can tell I am now reunited with my gorgeous spectacles, because it was a long time without them, but they're looking good, admit it.
And they look very shiny and new. Like they actually look very, very new. Just off the showroom floor.
Yes. Well, I went and got my green bells again from the Iola store. The best glasses they are. Someone did tell me that they're quite popular with older ladies.
Really?
No,
they're very contemporary
I think
to
they were
me.
saying because I have a tiny head, they say, oh, some old women have tiny, something like that.
Old women do famously all have very shrunken heads. That's quite known.
So what is going to happen to me?
Is your head that small?
Yeah, it's a pea.
I don't think at all that your head is big, but I've never looked at you and thought that's a crazy small head.
Well, I'm glad to frame my face with these frames once again, because I was really blind, as you know, and
you were frameless.
As I said, obviously, people were concerned about my visual impairment and how bad it's gotten, so everyone can relax. And I'm going to say, because people have been worried about me.
Well, show them your screensaver.
Oh, can you see it? My screensaver says, let me just clear my notifications. Take specs with you. I don't know if you can see that.
So they're always on your mind.
They're always on.
They're never far.
But yes, no, I'm happy to be back with them, because obviously, you know, everything I've been through with my car being smashed to smithereens by Leiden Bus Company and not getting Lady Gaga tickets. And as someone kindly reminded me on Instagram, and just your heat stroke.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about that.
Bad luck comes in threes, does it not?
Exactly. So, and I'm really happy that I can see clearly now Lorraine is gone.
I was just about to say that. And where does our dog dying over a year ago come into all this? Bad things that have happened to you should be higher up the list.
That was a bad year of its own.
Should be higher up the list.
Yeah, sorry. But I was just talking about recent events, because that all happened since I lost my glasses. And I've got them
lost
again.
My glasses. I can't find my glasses. That's been you.
Classless
wonder.
I've
Glassford Street.
No, I've been Velma. Now when Velma's doing, that's what I've been.
You've been Enrique Iglesias.
The James Glassy. That's terrible.
That's shit.
No, what else rhymes with glass?
Walking on broken glass.
Well, I'm glad that I have my specs again, because I've been able to watch a lot of television with them. And I think I'm going to let you lead into this one, Kendra.
Well, I think that I think that we all are talking about the Netflix phenomenon that is Unknown Number. Yes. And I want to address the elephant in my room.
In your room. Whoa.
I want to address the elephant in the room, in the womb, before we start My Namesake.
It's crazy. And also, if you haven't watched this,
maybe
there's going to be spoilers.
Yeah, there will be spoilers.
Are we doing spoilers?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm sorry.
Or do you disagree, Zozo? We need to talk about it.
I feel like if something has been out for upwards of a few weeks, and it's
40 minutes,
it's a obvious hit that people are talking about, and it's only an hour or so, and it isn't long. It doesn't take a lot of, time out of your life to watch.
So this is our warning. Lorenzo looks doubtful of us doing
what
spoilers.
Do you think?
No, I'm going to do I'll insert my voice to say please skip to minute whatever.
Yeah,
okay.
Good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, producer Lorenzo here. If you would like to miss the spoilers for the Netflix documentary Unknown Number, I would skip to the 18-minute, 29 seconds mark. However, if Spotify fed you some random ads before this episode started, if they were like 90 seconds, then add 90 seconds onto that. If they were 2 minutes, add 2 minutes onto that. You should be roughly safe around the 19, 20-minute mark. I really apologise. I can't keep these two in check. I'm sorry.
So,
but what I will say is, if you haven't seen it, obviously watch it and go away and watch it.
And what's it called?
It's called Unknown Number, the high school catfish, I believe.
Yes.
Well, I will say, obviously, the name Kendra isn't a common name.
It is an American one, though.
But in my life, the only Kendras known is Kendra off of Kendra and Hank. What's her second name?
Wait, do you mean Kendra Wilkinson?
Yeah.
Playboy Bunny?
Kendra Wilkinson.
Yes, Kendra the Vampire Slayer, which is also a very great one for me to have due to my
and
interests.
Then you, obviously, Kendrick McPherson, as Luann once said.
Yes.
And then, obviously, now we have the new Kendra, who's
on
the mother
block.
of Lauren. So I'll give you a quick breakdown of it. Is that the gist is that there's a young girl receiving texts from an unknown number. I think a withheld number or a made up number. I'm not really sure how it works. The texts are, and they're abusive in nature, I would say.
Yes, incredibly frequent, and some sexual.
Some really sexual. The sexual ones. So this lassie is 13, 14?
She's a child.
And she is getting these texts. She's like, can't work this out. She's trying to just get on with her life. It gets worse. They keep coming. They start targeting other people. They're all investigating who it's going to be. And I hate to just drop the spoiler like this, but it does in the end turn out to be her very own mother.
Yeah,
Kendra.
Which is crazy, to be honest. And also just truly the part of it that's the most insane and jarring, not for me personally that the villain of the whole thing is called Kendra, but that, which is really satisfying to hear people keep saying on television, but that's an aside. What is more jarring about it is the fact that Kendra is fully part of the documentary process. So she's been interviewed throughout, her along with the child's father, so her husband, or I'm presuming ex-husband now. Everyone that is directly involved in the story is being interviewed as part of the documentary process. So it's even more haunting. It reminds me of, like, did you ever watch The Jinx, that other one?
No.
When he was the guy that was like the perpetrator of the whole thing, was being interviewed throughout, was like the focal point of the story. And then I don't want to spoil that for anyone else, but basically it turned out that he was very integral to the whole thing, but that was not the way it was postured. So that bit for me was insane, because you were like, she has been part of this whole thing. She's speaking throughout, and then it really starts to become incredibly disturbing, because you're like, this feels wrong. She is clearly very, very unwell and should not be in the mix with this, because she could not see how bad her actions were.
I thought it was very interesting to see that until you know something about something. Like, as soon as we had that information, you're thinking, oh, of course, everything about her seems like she's kind of experiencing some sort of, not even like psychosis, but some sort of mental illness.
She needs assistance.
But before, it's kind of like you just think she's a wee bit of a, like, she maybe speaks a bit.
Well, she was
overly sweet.
She was quite mild mannered, I would say, throughout. But then I think I like what you said. When you know that about someone, you then start to look at them through a different lens, don't you? But the whole thing was just like, why would anybody who, one, was in the right frame of mind, and I don't mean that in a way to, like, you know, like give her a hard time. I mean that she clearly needs assistance or something that needs, there's a need there. And secondly, you would never put yourself forward for that if you truly had
absolutely
a level of remorse for it. I don't think she fully understands the magnitude of what she did, because I think she's created another narrative in her brain, which is obviously part and parcel of someone who is unwell. But like, it felt really wrong to have her regale the story and then explain, which she didn't really, why she did what she did, because I was like, it doesn't feel like you've made that arc yet. And the content of some of the texts were crazy. How are you going to be calling your daughter flat-assed?
I know.
And then saying kill yourself.
That was crazy. That was
insane.
So many of them, and the ones were obviously being sent to another child.
There was no stopping her.
The sexual ones.
The sexual ones were crazy. I don't even want to really repeat it.
I can't say them out loud.
But she was imagining
creamy.
Fingers were in mouths, etc.
Jesus.
Can I say though, I had quite a different viewing experience to most people of the show Unknown Number, because obviously I'd heard a lot of things about everyone saying you need to watch this documentary. I sat down to watch it. I said to my boyfriend, everyone's talking about this documentary, I'm going to put it on. The Netflix symbol came up on the screen, and about maybe like half a second after it, my boyfriend turned around to me and said, is this the one where it's her mother that's been doing it the full time? So...
Oh, good.
So I had a slightly different version of that. So
So you were watching in reverse then?
Aye, so I knew that was going to happen.
So you knew the whole way through?
But then I just thought, then he tried to pull it back a bit, and he was going, no, maybe that's a different one.
And also there was a few mums in it.
Aye.
So it could have been any number of the mums, but that does.
No, he said specifically the lassie's mum.
That takes the mystique away from the whole thing.
Yeah,
to
you're
be
right.
honest.
That could have been one of the other girls, but so I didn't get the big shocking moment. I still kind of got Because I was kind of hoping, no, maybe he got this wrong.
And also, shout out to the dad's storage shed. Because that seemed like a really big loss for him.
Yeah.
He seemed very, very scarred by that, amongst other things going on.
But my favourite part of this full thing was when it got found out, whatever, and they've got the body cam footage. And when he comes in, the first thing he's got a problem with is the fact that she's lying about going to work.
Fair.
So she doesn't have a job all this time. She's just going in a room onto her computer. Me.
I know.
That's me.
I actually said Paul when I was watching it.
And I've got just some emails. 2 seconds later, I've named every county in Ireland.
With your IT background.
Called it anorexic ass.
What did you say?
Your IT background.
I do have an IT background.
But to be fair, though, that just shows you how much you can bend the truth to resemble, bend a lie to resemble the truth, because she did have an IT background. She was using like mad withheld numbers.
Yeah.
She was using apps to disguise her numbers. She was doing all sorts. She was going cross country. There was not one child that she did not reach with abuse.
Yeah.
She was good at her job. She made that her vocation, and she did do well at it. So let's reframe the narrative slightly.
I'm sure she has.
Have ambition. Her ambition was very dark and not really what mothers do, but she had ambition. She executed it. She's quite the hard worker.
Yeah, and that way she wasn't working in a traditional job.
No. She was working to her own remit.
But obviously they had to frame the story to make it compelling and keep you on the edge of your seat and make you be like, who is it? They had to tell it in that order, right? Obviously, so the big reveal was, you got the payoff for that. But I'm sorry, the full time, all I could think, see when there was, it basically went from, is it this person? No. Is it this person? No. See when it got to the bully, I was obsessed. She obviously was a high school bully.
Oh, the wee lassie that got the carrots flung at her.
No, that's I'm talking about the carrot thrower.
Oh, the thrower of the carrot.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she obviously they denied the carrot throw. They threw the carrot. See if you watch anything on TikTok about it. That girl who's like the school bully. She made a TikTok telling her version of the story, right? But it was nothing new really. But all the comments are just like, "Girl, I know you threw those carrots," and I know she did too. And that poor lassie, what I said,
I know Adriana,
who was the outsider.
Yeah,
I know, and I could so imagine her wearing like a snood with animal ears on it. And
she was a wee bit grey in the face,
Vans, and I felt bad for her.
Do you know what I felt bad for though? Mainly was once I'd finished watching it, I was like, right. All these children that are part of this process are just that, they are children, right? This feels to me like a really, really unhelpful artifact in their adolescence to have, because so many people are going to have such strong opinions on this. The opinions that they have at this point in their life might not be the opinion that they have for the rest of their life. If someone interviewed me about something traumatic that happened to me between the ages of 12 and 16, what I might say then would not be what I would say in future, but that is how people are going to view them. And I think for that wee lassie, that Lauren, it was just so devastating because she was clearly in such a state of just shock and like almost numbness, and that was felt through the whole thing. I thought,
and she is the victim of it, because I seen
absolutely.
That's what I was going to say next.
There's no question of that.
Clearly, the cruel school bully's evil parents shocked one of them was a Polis. And they were so obviously bullies themselves. Their full demeanour was awful, and then at the end when the mother of the school bully, whatever her name was, went, I knew this was going to happen all along. I said it's going to be her. And then Lauren and her dad are going to act like they were the victims. And I'm like, yeah, they were. Yeah. They were. So what you
do you think that they, like, by what do you think that Lauren and her dad were in on it? Like, why on earth would anyone manufacture that level of evil against themselves?
And even if in some fucked up way, Lauren, the wee lassie, did know it was her mum and was just part of this whole thing, she is still the victim.
She's still a child, exactly.
And as the victim of grew up with and obviously like narcissistic parent.
Well, exactly. That's what I was about to say. What I thought was interesting was in my head, I was like, right, it's either this or it's this. I was like, is it that Kendra has a like obsession with the wee boy?
I've never heard you talk about Kendra before.
I know, this is me having a psychotic break and speaking about myself in third person. Is it that Kendra the mother, I'm Kendra the mother, she's Kendra the mother, is it that she has an unhealthy obsession?
No, she's not.
No, she's not a diva.
Sorry,
is it that she has an unhealthy obsession with her daughter's boyfriend, and it's totally complete control of her life, and she's jealous of her daughter, and she'll go to any length to try and enact some sort of breakup of them. That, I think, had more legs when they did break up and she went after the new girlfriend of that wee boy. Because it's like, well, you got what you wanted, now you're jealous or you're angry that he's going with another girl, whatever. And as well as, it could be that because of psychological issues that she has, she maybe needs her daughter to really depend on her and got some sort of enjoyment out of her daughter being miserable and needing her.
I'm going to be honest,
she would keep doing that to keep that whole unhealthy cycle going.
Her personal explanation of it made sense in ways, like Kendra's personal explanation of it. Obviously, it was missing a lot of information. She's obviously went through trauma in her life, of course. About, like, but what we truly need right now is Lisa Rinna to turn around the phone and show us the definition of Munchausen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like she's done in the past so many times.
Yeah, absolutely. I didn't know it was. And that's what creeped me out even more when the guy was like, this is a case of cyber Munchausen. Because I was like, oh my God, when does this pain in the world fucking end?
That's so a club night we would go to in Berlin. The cyber Munchausen night.
Need actually
open till 6 a.m.
We can't even have standard level Munchausens. It's now cyber. It's vertical first Munchausens. Like, this is crazy boots.
Munch, screen munch, munched. Who remembers on BBM and it would go screen munch. But what is the true definition of Munchausen, Lorenzo? Get it up, because I want. Please, sorry, that was a bit of demanding of me. Because I know that we've obviously got our Gypsy Rose Blanchard of it all, and Mama June. No, I keep calling everyone Mama June, and that's only the mum for Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah, she hasn't done anything Munchausen.
No, she's done other things, but we won't get into that. But yes, tell us.
Munchausen syndrome is a psychological condition where someone pretends to be ill or deliberately produces symptoms of illness in themselves. Their main intention is to assume the sick role so that people care for them and they are the centre of attention.
Yeah, it makes sense. It checks out. It's slightly different. It's cyber Munchausen, as we know now.
I suppose Kendra did say that which was the bit that was really confusing to get a handle on, was when she said, these bad things had happened to me when I was growing up as a woman and I wanted to protect Lauren from them. So it felt like, are you trying to expose her to all sorts of insane abuse on your phone, on her phone, so that she won't go out and experience that in the real world? Like, I basically thought that her excuse sounded like quite a simplistic way of getting out of maybe being done for being a bit of a pedo.
Yeah.
Because you'd rather go down on a stalking charge than be like, oh, you fancy this wee boy.
But then I guess her thing she was trying to make out there is that she wanted to protect Lauren by like getting rid of Owen, but also she seemed like and do you know what as well? It taps into that whole thing which straight people do all the time. Straight people are like, oh my God, we are friends and we're so the most heteronormative people ever. I have a male child, you have a female child. Let's project onto them that they're a couple.
Yeah,
Went, Owen was my first love. Like, I'm not slagging them. We all think things when we're teenagers and we don't know about life, but it seems they were just like, our children are going to be a couple
because they both
and
like
that's
sports.
It's the thing that people are so normal. It's like, it's like when people say to a fucking 2-year-old child, oh, have you got a wee girlfriend?
Yeah, I hate that.
Like,
I will never say that to my child ever.
I'm going to start saying that you've got a wee boyfriend.
I'll never say anything like that to my child ever. I never want to impose that
people
upon
do,
them.
Like, it's weird, so stop doing it.
Yeah.
We do need to move on, but I'm going to say one last note on this, and that is Owen's mum's hair. Love.
Yes.
Diva.
Very shapely.
Yeah, I like what she's doing with that. But we will move on because we've
For her
about
confessional, she said, I want a blowout.
Yeah. Polly D in the house.
Yeah, my family's been blown up. I'm going to get a blowout. That's what she said. So in order to lighten the mood slightly after that really intensive TV watch of Unknown Number, I pivoted to a completely different space, and I think that you'll be really, really happy with what I pivoted to.
What did you watch?
I watched Bridesmaids.
Damn.
Which...
Thank God.
Bizarrely, I have never watched. I've always watched the first 10 minutes or so with you because you'd be like, why would you not watch this? It's so good. Also, and then I don't know why. Would I fall asleep or something? I think I would fall asleep.
What I was going to say is Bridesmaids, you don't realise that it's fucking long. It's basically like watching Lord of the Rings.
It's
it's about 2 hours and 40 minutes long, if I'm not mistaken.
Like, I was actually
I'm so happy because
crying.
now, even though like there are phrases that I say for it all the time that I know that you get because I've explained it to you, or you've maybe seen a video of them or something, but now you know them. Like every day when I say to you, you were in it.
Yeah, I always know that one.
You know that one.
I
and
know
that is
one.
if you don't know is the scene when they're on a flight and she's really scared of flying, and she sits next to a crazy woman and she goes, who she doesn't know, and she goes, I had a dream last night the plane went down. You were in it.
No, but I
so
couldn't
funny
stop
to
laughing
see.
at is when she obviously had the sleeping pills. Me when I just saw it for the first time, but it really made me laugh. She had the sleeping pills in the scotch, and then she said, "There's a colonial woman on the wing, and she's churning butter." Like I was actually fucking crying so much, and then I was pissing myself beyond belief at obviously the bit where they all started getting the shits, because getting the shits is quite close to my heart. Not not to be crass.
No, it's when they're sweating.
Wait, no, that's the bit that I kept laughing at, because
in the Mexican
when
restaurant.
it was panning between thingy me bobbers, Kirsten Wig, and I can't mind the other lassie's name now.
Rose, whatever.
Gorgeous
her name is.
lady.
Yeah.
When it was panning between them both, and Kristen Wig, was it Kristen or Kirsten? Kristen Wiig's getting progressively more unwell, grey, sweating, and every time the camera goes back to her, more of her hair is wet, and then she was like, I don't feel sick. I'm actually hungry. I really wish that I could have a snack. I was genuinely pissing myself.
It's so funny though, because it does
epic.
Speak to that thing of like having a lifelong friend and then they get a new best friend. Even though it's a ridiculous way, you do have to kind of you are a bit like, oh fucking the well. Helen, her name's Helen when she speaks Spanish.
When or when it was the French themed bachelorette party and she started throwing the domestic chocolate that was all in a like waterfall all over the garden and smashing stuff up. I was like, this is too good.
You don't need me to talk more about Melissa McCarthy's comedy genius.
But no wonder you are so obsessed, because that's fucking funny.
And I know that they basically went into the boardroom and we need a female Alan from The Hangover. And by God, did they get that? Like,
honestly, I'm over Moon, and I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised at myself that it took me this long, but I was thinking of you the whole time.
And do you know what is the best thing? Not the best thing, but one of the highlights of that film is their use of the famously underrated Britney Spears song that you know I love. I'm just a crazy kind of girl.
Yeah, I'll
tell it to the world.
I thought it was Take Over the World.
Or maybe it is I'll Take Over the World.
I've
right. Just begun having my fun, yeah.
It was good.
I loved it. And also, wait, no, I'm not done talking about it.
Don't worry,
what's the name of the dress? Because that's always funny.
Oh my God, that was what it was called.
Not the Bichon Frise.
No,
that's
it was like that. It was called like the French Bernays.
Fritz Bernays.
The Fritz Bernays is the name of the dress that she wants to get. We'll take 5 Fritz Bernays.
And that is such a relatable situation as well.
The Fritz
it's given
Bernays.
when I went on my first ever work night out when I worked in a milkshake van, and I deliberately didn't drink anything because I had £20. I was 17. My mum gave me £20.
£20 because you spent all your pocket money on the Fritz Bernays.
I had £20 cash for this night out. I must have been 18 then. I started working there. It was Christmas night out, so I turned 18 in November. I'd not really been many nights out, probably like 2 nights out before. I had 20 quid to last me. We went out for dinner, and then our boss was like, right, I'll get us like some food and some drinks. And I was like, I'm not going to drink alcohol. Obviously, I want to drink alcohol. I was 18 years old. But I was like, I know how this works.
Yeah,
I can't
be
do
doing
that.
no kitties,
I
no
need to
nothing.
go home and all that. And the kitties, don't get me started on the kitties industry of being an adult. And I remember them just being like people were ordering pitchers of cocktails, right? Like massive fucking jugs, like pure like frozen daiquiris and all that. Like, oh, we'll just get another. And then they were like, oh, should we just split it? And everyone's going, yeah, let's split it. And they were like, oh, it's only 20 quid each. Let's split it. And I remember just going, yeah, drinking tap water all night, passing over £20. I was like to Mum, you need to pick me up. So that appealed to that. Now that era of being like, I will just get the Fritz Bernays.
But I was pissing myself when she was like, this dress is great, it's affordable, blah, 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 blah. And then when she went, the Fritz Bernays was $800, and then Helen character went, oh, amazing, it's on sale.
Helen character.
Oh, I just loved it.
And also Wilson Phillips are in it.
Yeah, I really like that, but the end,
and
it was very
also,
uplifting.
last thing I'll say, how much did you need him? I need him, John Hamm. In that film. Yeah. I need him. I need to climb over his gate after he disregards me as a human being.
He was really funny.
Also, the last thing I'll say about that film is Chris O'Dowd somehow being a fully Irish policeman working in the USA.
I said that as well.
Speaking of Irish, I don't know why this episode has blessed us with so many smooth transitions.
Segway nation.
Speaking of Irish, do you know what I've been watching, right? And I don't imagine many people have watched it, listen to this, because it's not on UK television. It's the Irish version of The Traitors.
So I saw that last night and I was like, oh, I feel like I've not seen how I can watch this because I felt a bit left out. I was like, I can see that people are doing promo for this. And I saw people were obviously doing this. It's the Uncloaked.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was the guys from I'm Grand Mum and Alison Spittle.
Yes.
They were all doing it with me. And I was like,
them.
oh, I feel left out. I want to see that.
Well, I watched on...
Is it good?
A legitimate platform. I watched it. It's on RTE, I believe. And it is so fucking good.
Oh, I want to watch it.
I know when... I'll speak to you after the pod.
Thank you.
I'm going to arrange for you to
You got that RTE hookup. Nice.
It is so fucking good. And I think, see with The Traitors, like, see once you get your fill of it and you go, oh my God, I need more. That was so good. And then I've done the American ones. I've even done New Zealand, Australian. Like when the first season came out in the UK, I'd done all that and I was kind of right, okay, I get it. I would forward through the challenges, get to them.
I'm not even getting into that with you because you are insane for that.
You want to watch the challenges.
But you would do that with The Apprentice and stuff as well. You would forward through certain parts.
As fuck.
She'd race to the end. And
I want
would
the psychological warfare bit.
I know, but I feel like in order to fully appreciate the psychological warfare, you need to have the whole picture.
But I don't need to see people like
on a raft
win £2,000 by pushing something up a hill.
I know what you mean. It is my least favourite part of it.
Oh, by God, the car journey's back to the castle. Aye. But the Irish Traitors, right, it is hosted by Siobhan, she plays the nun in Derry Girls, legend. She is their Claudia, or their Alan Cumming, depending how you look at it. And it's obviously in Ireland, all Irish people. There is something about it, though, that tonally is a bit looser. Like, I can't remember in the UK Traitors if they swear in it, right? I can't remember. But this one...
They don't, do they not?
I don't know. Maybe they do, and it's maybe the old, like, shitting myself or something like that.
Or do they beep it, don't they?
I don't know, but this one is going nuts. Like,
oh,
it's
really?
just like they're going, you're a fucking idiot and all that. It feels like Big Brother meets The Traitors to me.
Nice.
And there is a dynamic where there is... I won't spoil it, but you find out in the first episode who The Traitors are. That isn't a spoiler. But
yeah. Oh, how far are we along?
Well, it's good because there's 7 episodes. I watched episode 7 last night. There'll be a new one to watch tonight. Oh. It's on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays in Ireland.
I really need to watch it.
So it goes straight on to where I watch it after that. So I've been really enjoying it. 7 episodes, and when I started it, there was 5 episodes. So I was like,
"Oh,
hell,
flying!"
Yes. And there's 2 guys that are traitors, right? And I'm not joking. It is given the Banshees of Inisherin. Is that what that film's
really?
called? It's like they hate each other, and one of them is old and one of them is young, and it's that exact dynamic, and they lose the fucking plot at each other all the time. Like, they go nuts, and it's just so entertaining. And at the start, I was just like, right, it's the same thing. We've seen it, we get it. But it's just got so good so fast, and I would recommend watching it if you can.
I really, really want to watch it. Yeah. I do love The Traitors, considering that I don't really follow programs which have any sort of gameplay in them that well, because I get confused incredibly easily. I do really, not in general life, but just by things with rules and shit. I love The Traitors so much. Like, I love all the different elements of it, and I want the Irish one. Do you know what would be really good though? So say if they've got just an exclusively Irish one, would we ever potentially get just an exclusively Scottish one? That would bang.
Listen, I think all the time about
the scheme needs
Scottish
a reboot.
Independence. Scottish independence, right? Of course, I'm the biggest supporter of that ever, right? And I wish we could get it dearly. I really
wish we
do.
Could have it.
But, let us have it, please. No, but I think, does that mean that we would have our own TV shows? Like, now the way, like, we obviously have BBC Scotland. Heard of it. Maybe me and Kendra have been on it a few times.
We have
it. Would we have something like now they have RT? Like, would we stop having BBC because we're not British and then have our own channel? How bad could that get quickly? Do we think?
No, I think we have the Okai, the new airwaves. That's what we have.
We can't have a Scottish only version of The Traitors because before you know it, everyone you've ever met's been on it 3 seasons in.
No, we need to have this.
No, I want us to have all our own things. I do, but I always find it funny when Ireland has its own version of things because it feels like it's but all countries across the world have their own version of it. It's not like they have to share it because they're not big enough countries.
No.
Like, but like I just think it's Dancing with the Stars Ireland is
But
so
the
funny
thing
because
is
it's not
though-
strictly it's Dancing with the Stars for America, but Ireland.
But yeah, that is true. Actually, do you know what
like,
it is? Though?
will there
That's-
be a RuPaul's Drag Race Ireland?
But easily, and also the thing is with stuff like that,
think
with
there's not enough
formats
people.
like that, that's what's so great about them because once
Yeah.
they're tried and tested, there's nothing to stop them from just monopolising every and any area. Like
Yeah.
the reach is so far
Well,
because
obviously,
people
I've
love
been
it.
proven that it works because the Irish Traitors is amazing. And I wasn't
Yeah.
slagging Irish TV, by the way. I've obviously not watched loads of it.
Uh-huh.
And also, I can name all 32 counties in Ireland if somebody wanted me to do it. Like,
But also now
I'm a
you have
timer.
access to RTE. What's stopping you?
Yeah.
You could watch that instead of any other channels. Now
Yeah.
you could just lock the
Trust
fuck
me,
in
I
all
do.
night.
The other day, I was watching like an Armenian TV channel just because I could. Because it was just have.
It was on RTE.
Yeah.
Do you
it was on
know-
RTE.
Do you know what I really miss though? I must admit, like I feel like not dabbling in or having terrestrial TV just set up as your go-to just means that my TV watching is so much less casual. Like I feel like now I sit in front of a streaming service and I'm like, right, I'm going to watch that. Whereas before, like at my mum and dad's, I would just sit and flick through stuff absent-mindedly and come across shit like on living TV.
I
Now
tell
that
you,
just doesn't
living
happen for
TV
me.
need-
John and Kate +8.
I need. That's what I always say to you about when you're in a hotel.
Yeah, that's the only time
and
I
you
do
can
it.
only ever watch One Born Every Minute, 24 hours in police custody, 24 hours in A&E, or Olivia Atwood doing it. And did I say that already?
What's the hot guy that's a vet? He's Irish, Channel 4.
Oh, I don't know.
He's
him.
Eye on the Hotel
But you know, I like
channels.
to do my impression of Dr. Christian
Of
from Embarrassing Bodies.
Of course.
Just pop your clothes off. No, there's
Well, he's basically already in a
Educated
state of
Yorkshire.
undress all the time. How are you going to be a GP with a deep V on and chest bare? That's wrong. That's not correct. You shouldn't
what
be
did
jacked
they
and
pay
be
you
a
to be on
GP.
Embarrassing Bodies? It must have been crazy
I
money.
don't think it's that much money.
Because I'm thinking, with a knowledge of TV money in different ways for different broadcasters,
I don't think it's that much.
I think about it and it can't be that much.
No, it won't be. It'll be a participation fee.
But that is not enough to do all that.
But if you want to do that, then like you're getting
suppose
something
it
out of it
means-
because you want to do it.
And you're also, though, you're getting seen to. Like, you're getting, I mean, like, by a doctor, and you're getting actual help. And they check
Yeah.
back up on you. So there's none of that. Like, I know people are quite doubtful of the NHS in a lot of ways, or feel dismissed by their doctor, or there's waiting times. It does do that. So
yeah,
if you go,
fast tracks the
Aye,
process,
fast
but there
track's
is
process,
a price.
Aye. If your fungal toenail needs to be on Channel 4 to get that done, maybe that's the price you pay.
Wait, Embarrassing Bodies, and then I momentarily got confused with the one where they go and just show your FUD and before you show your face.
They sometimes would show that.
I was in the room when they pitched that when they pitched that idea, and I said the whole thing is you show your FUD, then you show your face. What's
Fud to face.
FUD to face?
That's the show.
Naked Attraction.
Naked
Naked Attraction. Sorry, I was getting the two conflated, which shouldn't be
You know, it's
conflated.
interesting because Channel 4 obviously have always been the kind of edgier TV channel.
Pushing the
and
envelope.
Yeah, they push the envelope and then they would go to the opening of an envelope like
Yeah.
us. No, they push the envelope. They think of as many. This is your test. Think of as many things that feel like that. Pushing the envelope,
Treading the line,
testing
towing the
waters.
line,
Yeah.
putting your toe in the water. All of these are toe related for some
Toe in the
reason.
FUD.
Putting dipping your FUD in the frost.
Anyway, what I was going to say is, like, I think maybe it hadn't done it and it felt like that in a wee while, and when what's it called?
Naked Attraction.
Naked Attraction came along, Fud to Face came along, I did feel like, oh my God, this is so... But then they had that one called Dating Whilst Naked.
Do you know what was crazy about Naked Attraction and what I found so funny about it was on Channel 4, right?
Yeah.
It was on post-Watershed, but not super late. And what I used to find quite jarring is, why am I sitting like with my mum and dad just absent-mindedly flicking through the channels, and then all of a sudden there is a full frontal FUD and or Willard in all of our faces, right?
Yeah.
And I've just got
But
to
everyone watches
in
it,
an
like, when they see it.
incredibly sterile environment of, like, I want to say, was there a live audience or it was in
No,
like a...
no.
It
No,
was
but
in
Anna
a...
Richardson was there.
There wasn't a live audience, but it was in a studio, right?
Yes.
It was a very, like, contradictory setting for a bare FUD
And there is
or
several
Willard.
employed cameramen having
Zooming
to do those.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, the bit that always gets me is that afterwards they go, actually, nothing to do with who you are as a person. I actually hate your physical body, so I'm going
I
to choose
know.
not to date you. And then they come up and they give them a hug.
Naked.
It's crazy.
Hugging
That's crazy
naked
thing.
in a TV studio is crazy.
The most awkward part was always when they did a wee spin and their clothes came back on, and then they
Yeah.
went on a really weird, awkward date.
Oh yeah, that was shoehorned in at the end, wasn't it? When they went on the date when they had their clothes on.
But I like, it's that whole thing of social experiment, and that territory is good. But can I say, I think too many people are trying to like recreate what the Traitors was, and I keep watching shows that aren't quite there.
Naked traitors.
Embarrassing Traitors. Well, I think a lot of people are trying to capture the energy of the Traitors in some way without it being the same thing. Like I watched that Destination X, right? Which is basically you get planted somewhere in Europe. They black out all the windows of your bus you're on. You need to guess through all these clues and challenges where you are in Europe. Obviously,
That sounds like my personal fucking hell.
yes, sounds like your personal hell. What does that sound like to
Your
me?
personal heaven.
My personal heaven. So I was like, I would win this show. I know how to do this. I'm geography daft. You know what I mean? And I was getting them right every episode. And then I just thought, when I got to the end of it, I was like, all right. Is that
I've
it?
heard quite people
that
seem to
it?
be really, really like into it. I haven't watched
I thought
it
it was
myself.
good, and no offense if you've happened to be the person that formulated it listening to this. I think it was entertaining. I watched it all, but at the end, I kind of thought, oh, I don't know what I want to happen. Like I don't know. Maybe the ending wasn't good for me, but I did think, how are you going to do it again? There's only so many places you
Right,
can go in Europe.
aye, that's so true.
And they
Actually, how
obviously-
is it returnable?
I know that sounds so dumb. Like I just said, there's only so
They
many
could
places
just
in
do
Europe. You
other
could go elsewhere,
continents.
but then it would get all a bit crazy. There is an American version, so I assume they do it in America.
Yeah, they'll
but
definitely get a fair
Aye,
whack out
but
of
I
it,
thought-
surely.
it would be tricky because you need to film at a right time, so the weather is not too obvious to where you are, and like, because it's one thing we go, well, I'm definitely not in this country, or I'll definitely.
Yeah, if
like,
you're in the
I-
bus and then all of a sudden you're like, we're definitely inside the Arctic tundra.
The the new one I haven't watched is The Inheritance. But I think it's
I've
Judge
heard about
Random
this
and all
as
that.
well. I don't know. I just feel like I struggle sometimes with these programs because my lack of caring about competing or winning means that I don't strive for. Like I don't feel particularly enthusiastic about anything anyone's doing.
yeah.
Apart from I like the interpersonal stuff.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
that's,
mean?
we like,
That's what I
we are
like.
people.
I like that stuff. And I do think genuinely I would, when I watch The Traitors, I do feel no desire to be involved. But at the same time, there's that part of me that's like, this is so far out of my wheelhouse. Would this be good
Yeah.
for me to have to experience?
I remember the first time I submitted something to a TV commissioner that said, this just isn't in my wheelhouse.
I
And
do
was
like
What
Wheelhouse.
the fuck is a wheelhouse?
I
Anyway,
like Wheelhouse.
yeah.
Lorenzo, remember you said that you were interested in being on The Traitors. Do you still have that
Oh,
interest?
Lorenzo, you would be so good.
I would love to go. on the
You
show.
need, like Lorenzo, you
Lorenzo.
would be amazing on it. Like
Because
so
we
good.
couldn't do it because people would be like, oh, they're not famous, so we couldn't be on the famous one. It's like her dilemma of, we're not famous enough to be on a celebrity version or something, but if we went on a civilian version, people would be like, you're already pursuing other things that are like of the creative industries, therefore you look like a beg.
And then people would already maybe like have
Like,
an awareness
Yeah,
of what you're
or,
like.
Or they might be like, or you're doing fucking etting to be on the telly.
So
and you don't
Lorenzo,
want that.
you're fucking
You,
not
however-
famous. So you
Yes, you're a fucking nobody. Why don't you go on it? No, but you know what I mean. Does that make sense?
yeah,
or does
you
that
would
sound bad?
thrive.
I
You
would
mean
love to
no?
go
I
on
mean
that.
like because you have loads of the skills, but I'd just be so devastated for you if you got one of the things they do on all reality shows where they just, for the sake of it, throw someone out 30 seconds into it.
I'd kill
that happens in the
myself.
Traitors every time. It happens in, and obviously sometimes they bring them back. Destination X, exact same thing. Throw people out, bring them back in a challenge. And the Traitors keep doing the same thing where you can win one of them back. Like, I would hate if you were the person that didn't even get a chance.
What would be your strategy?
I would love to be a traitor.
Right.
I'd like to be in control of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think people would. I just realised we spoke about this in the podcast before because I said this and it didn't go down. I said I think people would hate you, and that's not what I meant. Because I mean, like, you could be an evil traitor.
Oh, I would be.
I
Like
think
Paul, you remember Paul? I hated the evil Van Gogh.
Yes, uh-huh.
I hated
But
him,
I
and the
think-
one of the Irish ones I hate.
But I think though that you are likable, but you could be ruthless in the right context, and that would be the right context for you to be ruthless. I don't mean in your everyday life. I mean that if you were in that scenario, you would give your whole self over to what you were actually doing. Whereas I feel like for me, I would get bogged down with other shit, whereas I feel like you would just be like, we are literally here to do X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
In order to get X, Y, and Z done, this is what I will do. But I think people would feel let down by you being a traitor because they would like you.
Yeah.
Like in the game, do you know what I mean? Like they would
But
like
then
you in
it's
the
weird
game.
because there's traitors you root for, like Mina last year. This year
Yeah,
even.
exactly. She
This
was
year or last
likable.
year?
She was likable.
January.
Mina was really like everyone's like she's a great traitor.
People
she should
felt
win.
let down by
But
her though
then-
because they liked her so
But
much.
Conor Maynard's brother or brother-in-law or whatever, turn around. People didn't root for him.
No, that's true.
But there is I just thought of a drag name for Lorenzo. First name Ruth, second name Les.
That's good.
Or Les. Ruthless.
Ruthless.
And also, like, I've got my drag name. I've got so many good ones.
You've came up with a lot of good ones actually.
Laura Laughs.
Yeah, Laura Laughs
Helen
is
Back.
good.
Helen Back.
Helen Back is really good.
But there's a Slebo Traitors coming out soon. I'm very excited.
I've
Because the
never,
lineup is off its bones, as you would say.
I've never watched any of the American ones, so I actually
No,
could
but
still
I think-
scratch that
Oh, I
itch.
never really thought about that. But no, I think that's what the American one, they are competing for money,
Mm-hmm.
which is so funny to me for celebrities to keep compete for money because now it's always charity.
The cast of the American one was people who make their living off reality TV.
Yeah.
So they're chasing their fee,
Aye.
basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
chasing
true.
their fee.
Chasing Lorenzo would love to make someone chase their fee.
You'll find us chasing my fee. Bum, 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 bum.
But they have loads of housewives, so it's good. But no, the lineup for this one, I mean, it's got Daisy May Cooper, Alan Carr,
Oh,
Stephen
that'll
Fry,
be
Jennifer
good.
Saunders.
When's
It's
that?
literally crazy. It's in September, I think.
Oh, epic
Or
sauce
maybe
the 3rd.
October.
I'll be locked
There's
in.
also Big Brother starting in September, so what is the truth?
So wait, we are September right now.
Wow. So
So when is
that's
that
not even like
happening?
us being caught up when we record the podcast. It's
No.
fully September.
It's actually mid-September.
Yeah, so as Big Brother starts at like in a few weeks.
Oh well, more to look forward
But I
to.
don't know if I'll watch, but I maybe will.
Ah well, I need to
But
engage.
that's the thing. Our dream is always. It's funny when you're younger. I wanted to be on Big Brother so bad.
Same, that was my one aspiration in life.
Yeah, and our friend Rowan, who we mention all the time, who's a big listener of the pod, literally told me it was her lifelong dream and still is.
I feel like she wouldn't do it now because of a path that she's went down, meaning like
She's
is
successful.
Yeah, but yeah, she would be it's a loss for Big Brother to not have her on it. That's what I would
And
say.
it can't. It's one of the things that's sad that you can't capture the magic of something
No.
in its heyday. Like you can keep doing it and it can be good. Like I've actually watched the reboots and enjoyed
Same,
them.
I really like
And,
them.
but
But it's, to me, it's a different. To me, it's like a different TV program experience
Aye.
altogether. It's the same way that I look at Madonna. Like Madonna to
Whoa.
me in the early days is a different artist to Madonna of now. Do you get what I mean? Not in a bad way.
Kendra's in the sense that
No,
you're
I know,
trying to pull this
but-
back. 'Cause I was like,
No,
what?
not in a bad way. Just that to me, they're very, very different
Do you mean like?
artists.
Do you mean like Madonna?
Well,
like,
Madonna's moved through so many times
Aye.
and eras that she's
but I don't think she's a
graduated through.
different artist. Well, she is. She's
She is
also
a
a more
different
well-rounded
artist,
artist,
yeah.
but I don't think it's like, oh, they are two completely different people to me.
I don't think it's better or worse. It's just different.
Do you mean Madonna like from like the borderline days to like till these days?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, or like when Madonna performs, I don't even like. I feel like I'm watching a completely different artist, but because I just feel like there's been so many eras, I just feel like it's so different now. Like
Yeah.
she's so like, I don't even mean physically. I mean just like
Aye.
it feels like she's such a classic persona, and the modern age feels weird. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Aye.
she's so cool
I
and
know what you
timely
mean.
for the era that she
Nice.
became cool and timely. It feels like, why are you on TikTok?
Yeah,
Ooh.
and
Do you
why-
know what I mean?
why
I
are you
respect
getting
her
a
too
song
much to
with-
have her be
Yeah, I know
in
what
this,
you mean.
on this platform. I
know
don't
what you
like
mean. And
it.
it's kind of what they have to do in it. It's like,
But it's
even
also
like,
what happens to all. Like, I think that, well, like, I don't actually like to single her out as a woman. I mean, like with all of those figures from
Yeah.
those types of eras when they're thrust or have
Paul
to
McCartney, Rihanna, Kanye West.
Yeah,
4 or 5
or
seconds.
fucking what's his name, Mick Jagger, fucking
Or
rocking about with Will I Am and all that. I do love that song, The Hardest Ever,
Yep.
but it was
Oh, we
fucking
do.
insane and jarring to behold. Hard
Yeah.
like rock and roll. Like, why?
And people like that collab, young artists that collab with like legends. It's like obviously the legends like, oh, I could further my legacy, and like it's like Madonna doing that song with The Weeknd. Down on your knees to be popular.
Yeah,
you know we
do you
love
know
that
what I mean?
one.
It's not
That one was
bad.
good actually.
That
So
is
that's
a
an
good
example.
song, yeah.
But that meant Madonna had like another top 10 hit in
Yeah.
another decade and another like, and they're obviously before streaming platforms were a thing for music. That then she now has a massive new streaming songs. So I know why the business side of things
exactly.
why they do
I'm totally for it. Longevity as an artist.
But I
and
didn't
also,
want to see Madonna release a song featuring Sway Lee.
This is what I mean.
He should be so lucky.
You shouldn't stop working.
The one Sway Lee fan just unsubscribed.
Just turned the hell off. Sway Lee himself just said, hell nah. They're talking trash about me on that podcast.
Scotland.
No, I think your career should be as long and as full as you want it to be. And I don't like to use a women example as that because there's more men out there that are flogging a dead cock than there are women. However,
they will fucking Paul McCartney.
It's a respect thing for me. It's like, as you say, it's like collaborating with other artists and stuff, and then it becomes a TikTok song, and I'm like, you are like the Dawn Diva. This feels a bit off to me.
But that's the problem as well with Madonna. Anyone else, she's still, obviously she is considered a legend, but cause our full career, even when like we were, I don't know, like in 2000 or whatever, this early 2000s when she was doing like the album music, and all that, right, and Real Light, all that stuff. Real Light was 99, I think, or 2000. Anyway, at that point, she was already going like, oh, she's so old, which was like, she's like 39 or 40. Crazy. And like those albums, that run of albums were probably the three best she's done in my opinion. And they were all amazing albums. Yet she doesn't get legends. She does have legend status, but it's almost like, oh fuck's sake, look at Madonna now. Look what she's done in her face. Look what Madonna's wearing, and she's this age. She should act this age. Nae cunt sees, sorry to say, Paul McCartney looking like a bossack, performing "Hey Jude" at the drop of a fucking cock. As you would say. Nobody complains about that.
No, they should though.
It's not fair.
Also, how
Sorry
funny is
to
that,
Paul McCartney.
that we
can't be saying stuff like that.
We went on this tirade, I would say, off the back of talking about the Big Brother format. That's genuinely how we got from A to B. That I was running it back in my brain, and I was like, how did this come to be? And it was because I said that it's like two different watching experiences, and then we went off on that tangent. That was
and
long.
I'll round it off by saying what else is that type of feeling of you can't recapture the magic, is that maybe about 2 years ago, me and my pals, or maybe a bit longer now, like 3, me and my pals. me and my pals. I meant some of my school friends, right? So me and my friends years ago tried to recapture the magic of going to Firewater, like, because we went there when we were 18, 19, 20, like every Thursday, Firewater Thursdays, you remember. You don't remember, famously, I've never been.
I've never been.
That's crazy.
I know, a missed opportunity for me, definitely.
But no, I think you were on another path at that point, but I was, with my quiff.
Well, I only moved through here when I was 18, so unless I jumped right into it at that point, I wouldn't have been.
That was my first night, but I
didn't have the lore or the awareness of what was good at that point.
And it was, I would go out tonight.
Exactly. I would have enjoyed, I would have thrived.
But it was like, I remember going in there one day and feeling like I just got a quiff for the first time, or I was
you felt like you just got a quiff for the first time, or you had one.
No, I had one. I'd really got it to a new height, and obviously I thought I looked like Morrissey. As I've said before, I looked like Sue Perkins. But anyway, I had glasses, IMAX glasses, where I popped the lenses out. The 3D
I would have
glasses.
hit you with a hammer.
I know that's different. You were much cooler than me for the get-go. But I had a Harrington jacket on, like cherry red Doc Martens, women's skinny jeans from Primark. Yep. I thought that, and a Smith's t-shirt, and I walked into Firewater and I was like, I could be like one of the top 5 coolest people in here. That's what I thought at that point. And I've never had confidence like that. Like,
that is a nice way to feel.
But anyway, but then it was not true, because then instantly I would see much cooler people in there. But anyway, I loved going there so much. It was always like all these tunes that made you feel so cool because you knew this band or whatever. At the dance floor, you were drinking vodka cranberries. It was amazing. Me and my friends had some very formative years there. We tried later, like years later, to go back because we thought we could, like, fuck it, we used to go to Firewater Thursdays, let's go to it again. Obviously, the first thing is, you're like, oh my God, everyone here's 10 years old. And then you're like, you can't just go back to the same place and get the same feeling.
No.
I'm sure it's still an amazing night out for people at that age, but for, like, you can't recapture it. You can't just go back and expect the same results.
No, I hate having
I wish you could.
To resign myself to knowing that I can't recapture a specific feeling. But there's a kind of freedom that comes with being like, I'm not going to feel that way about this. Hopefully I'll have an experience in the future where I'll feel feelings that are that powerful for the first time again. But I like to dwell and revisit. But
when we look into our daughter's eyes. That's when we'll feel that again.
It's like whenever I go out back in Dunfermline, like I actually go to pubs now in Dunfermline that I wouldn't have went to when I lived there, because I'm just like, like I can't get from the places I used to go the same feeling. And most of them are shut down now, which is sad as fuck.
Yeah, you literally couldn't even try.
But some of them you can, and I just go and I just feel like a spectator in the evening that's going on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's too much to think about, because then it makes me feel quite dark inside.
Yeah.
So you just need to keep it pushing.
Yeah. I have had a lot of thoughts recently on the phenomenon that is taking over our world, our minds, our culture, matcha.
Yeah.
Now, I love matcha. I dabble in matcha.
Matcha Do About Nothing. Oh my God, let's open something.
You want to talk about matchas? Yeah. White chicks.
Oh, I don't actually know white chicks as well as you. I should.
You should. It wasn't
Perhaps
related
for
at
the
all.
lady,
That was
perhaps a salad.
Perhaps not. That was a tenuous link. But I really like matchas. I like to experiment with different types of matchas. I will attend a place if I know that they've got a specific type of matcha. I get involved, right? But I saw something the other day that was so alarming to me, even I had to say, hell nah. So I was in London and I was walking along the street, blah, blah, blah. And a group of children were walking alongside me, and they were no more than 6 years old, right? I'll confidently put an age on these children, right? They were with their parents, so it's not their fault, it's their parents' fault. They all were clutching large matchas. Blueberry matchas, white chocolate matchas, strawberry matchas, you name it, banoffee pie matchas. These wains all had them, right? And I just thought in my head, what is a fucking fetus doing with a matcha? How did we get here? Why do you like that? Have a fucking chocolate bar. Yeah. Why do you have a matcha? And
kids are growing up too fast.
This is the thing. It made me so scared, because I thought, if you like the matcha, 6-year-old child, fair play.
Yeah.
But do you even know if you like it, or did you see it on TikTok? And that makes me sad as fuck.
It makes me sad as well. But also, I think that's also, we did it just in a different, less grown up way. Like we did when we were that age, we were trying to do things just because we thought they were cool. And definitely because we didn't have the internet in that way. But even like, think of our version of being, again, you said the kids were quite young. That is very different. But like, even like the fact that like Wayne's wanted like do a vlog or like
that's crazy.
It's crazy.
I want, like when I was a child, I wanted to go to the shop and get a brain liquor.
Yeah.
I would sooner put 10
I seen a
brain
child
liquors.
with a brain liquor the other day.
I would sooner put 10 brain liquors in a child's hand than put one matcha. Yeah. And that's crazy, because I am pro matcha massively, but I just don't like how we got there. If I gave the child a matcha of my own volition and it hadn't been influenced into getting one, it can drink it all day and night.
Please. Can we call the episode A Matcha of My Own Volition?
But
that is beautiful.
Thank you, Paul. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm being an angry complaining about this, and I want people to enjoy things and I want them to have new experiences. But it just felt to me like that particular picture of all those, that trail of children drinking matchas, it didn't feel celebratory to me. It didn't feel like childhood. It felt like capitalism in the hands of tiny children, and that felt wrong.
I agree. But on that note, I will say, loving matchas.
Yeah, matchas bang.
I love matchas
they
so
bang
much.
like fuck.
And I know there's people that go, and I hate when people do this, right? Because it's what people do about Aperol spritz. It's what people do about things.
You're so right.
And if you're a specific person listening to this thinking I'm talking about you, I promise I'm not, even I know why you'll be thinking that, because I'm thinking about you. It's so many people are like this. It's like people are pretending they like that. I am not pretending I like a matcha.
No, it's lovely.
Obviously, like I famously, you know, I take my coffees, no sugar, no syrups, no nothing. I don't like tea and sugar.
You like it
I
raw.
don't like sugar and tea. I mean, I don't want sugary things where
you don't like artificial tasting things.
Yeah, and that is obviously what makes matchas taste good for a lot of people, is to have blueberry syrups in it, banana syrups, strawberries.
White chocolate.
White chocolate. I had a white chocolate one the other day, actually.
On my recommendation, it was so good because I love it.
And there's loads of they're inventing ones and all that. And that obviously, I get what people are like, well, why not just get something that tastes like that? Do you know what I think it's doing? It's tapping into people. This is a side note. The people want milkshakes, right? People, and you're an adult, you can't have a milkshake, you can't drink. The people want milkshakes.
They
Right?
do.
That's what they want. That's what matcha.
You've
but I
suddenly
like a
just
plain
turned into
matcha.
your first boss at the milkshake van right in front of me, incarnate. The people of Silverburn want milkshake.
They did.
And they want a 17-year-old boy in suspenders serving them.
They
Where
did.
quiff.
I wish I could show you all the picture if you've never seen that. And it's something I spoke about it once in one of my stand-up shows years ago. But only the like 7 or 8 people, or how many people that I worked with over those years, can truly understand how it felt to be wearing a name badge that said Shake Artist, right? And to be wearing a bow tie with a shirt, especially when you're a fat teenager who doesn't know you don't even know they're gay, me, and like suspenders.
She
you
don't
called
even
them,
know she
but-
looking bread.
Oh, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City's back
Pause.
this week. Sorry.
You're segueing too much.
Back. No segues. You see, you can't do that to me because I'll take your segue. My mom tried to remove my games console as a child. Sorry. Matchas. I like a plain matcha, but I love a strawberry matcha. But I do also love strawberry yazoo, which I don't really drink as an adult, and I think the people want milkshakes.
What do you think about people saying that they think matcha tastes like grass?
Thank you very much, because that brought me back to my point that I started this fooling 5 minutes
I
ago.
could sense that from you.
Thank you for that. What's so wrong with something tasting like grass?
Yeah.
Aren't we all animals on this earth?
So true. Chew that
Wasn't
motherfucking
this
cud.
earth given to us to graze upon?
The
And
cud.
Sorry, have you ever seen a cow not looking like it was chowing down and having fun doing it? Never.
Agreesicles.
And it's not bad for things to taste like grass.
No. I just think it is.
Strawberry grass, come on.
I really
Forever.
do enjoy one, and I've started to actually make them in the house, which is a very enjoyable
Have you done that?
process.
Well,
I have a
I
matcha
thought
whisk.
it's too much fat.
I don't want anybody to confuse me for being a matcha hater when I have my own whisk. It was just that particular
do the
situation.
whole
Yeah, it's really. I've not
You
actually
get
done it in a
froth
while,
and all that.
but it's really therapeutic to do it,
I
and you
need to
do
do
it
that
in the
because
different motions, etc.
Matchas are pushing me into financial ruin.
Well, this is a thing because they ain't cheap.
They $5 a go.
They are not
If you're
cheap.
rounding up.
You should buy the matcha that Blank Street use. Other places are available, and just make it at home. You genuinely can make it really nicely. Like you can. It doesn't take that much effort.
Matcha dab.
It takes the same amount of effort as making a nice coffee in the house would take. It's
I
really
think
not
a wee
that.
bit more with your whisking.
A wee bit more because there's more of a technique involved, but I wouldn't say it's an impossible technique to emulate. I don't think these are the coveted things that they're made out to be.
Yeah. Well, I love them, and the people want milkshakes.
They do. They do.
Don't be afraid to get a wee milkshake. Why don't we open a shop called Matcha Do About Nothing, and we can make freak shake match
You can.
with the tele syringe.
You can't bastardize the matcha further than it's been
Yes.
bastardized. But
Watch
you know what?
me.
Actually, watch me whip, watch me matcha. You can bastardize the matcha further because someone out there will be planning to do it right now. So if you
not,
can't beat them, join
They're
them.
having their launch night tonight as we speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. A matcha Do About Nothing.
That's a good one.
So I'll say, if you don't like matchas, get with the program.
Very
Do you like
strong
that?
sentiment. Yeah, I love that
I'm loving
phrase.
saying get with the program.
Because
as
what
much as
is
I
the
can.
program? The program's what you
Exactly.
set.
Get with the program.
It's your
Whoever
schedule.
invented get with the program ate with that.
Yeah.
You've been listening to Who Agrees with me, Paul Black.
And me, Kendra McPherson. And as always, massive thanks to our sponsor, Iola. Get yourself down there for some beautiful specs.
Get down and get these specs, just like I did this week. And I want to say, I took the full family. You can do that too. And we were all trying on some gorgeous frames. I do want to say, though, an apologies to Iola, because I was with my nephew and I just said to him, you just sit there for 2 seconds while Uncle Paul gets his gorgeous new specs. The green bells, by the way, in
Yes,
case you're wondering.
as they live and breathe.
And then I turned round and there's some mirrors in the beautiful Iola showroom, which smells amazing, by the way, always consistently smells amazing. There's some mirrors where you can look at your specs as you try them on. And I turned round and my nephew was breathing onto the glass like this. And then using his finger to write James, his name. And I was like, oh, I'm
It'd be
really
so
sorry
creepy
about
if
that.
it wasn't his name.
So don't do that, and apologies for that, but I promptly cleaned the mirror. But yes, get yourselves down to Iola, and we will speak to you soon.
Yes, and before we go for this week, an announcement that we made on our Instagram recently, we are launching Patreon. So there's going to be even more of our chitter chatter and our good times and our good fun for all of y'all. Who's excited?
I'm excited. You can check that out now, and for exclusive bonus content from us.
The one and onlys.
See you later.
Bye.
Was that shite from an arse?
No?
Was it all right?
Do you want me to leave that in?
What?